Hey, it's Michael from the bike shop at Yamba. You know what I think one of the biggest lies that people are told is when you're in a shoe shop and you're told, yeah, that pair of shoes, yeah, it's leather, so it's gonna give. You know, I've never found a pair of shoes that gives that much, that all of a sudden they magically become comfortable. But, you know, we look at it, we think, oh, they're a cool pair of shoes, I'll wear thinner socks, or I'll wear thicker socks. Or I will wear one of those heel pads to make it fit better. It's all just a bodge. What I should have done is got the right pair of shoes to start with. Now people do that with bikes all the time. Like instead of getting the right bike for them, they'll end up with a bike because it's cheap, or because a mate gave it to them, or it just happens to be what's lying around, and then they'll spend ages just trying to get comfortable on it. Or, worse still, they won't ride it at all. So they'll come into me and they'll say, oh, I need a new saddle, and start poking the seats. Maybe it's not the seat that's the problem. Maybe the problem is you've got the wrong bike to start with. Well, the other thing that happens is they come and look at the gloves and go, yeah, you know, my hands are really sore, my wrists are really sore. Yeah, it's the gloves, I need gloves, that's what I need, gloves. Maybe you got the wrong bike. Maybe you got too much pressure on your wrist because you've got the wrong bike. And instead of being able to sit upright and have your arms relaxed, all your weight's leaning on your hands instead. Wrong bike. So why do people get the wrong bike? A lot of the time it's because they're asking, firstly, the wrong sort of people for advice. So they'll ask their mate who rides a lot, who's already bike fit, they're gonna ask them, so what's the best bike I should have? And then without taking into account the person's sore bits or mobility issues or anything like that, they'll say, this is what you need. And you end up with the wrong bike. So, you know, my back's a bit sore. My hips don't work the way they used to. So I find it really awkward to step over a high bar on a bike. I like to sit upright and that helps my back. My neck gets a bit sore, so I like to sit with my arms relaxed, so I'm not having to reach out forward. But you know, I see people all the time and I think, oh God, that doesn't look very comfy. So who do you ask for advice? You know, if you're sick, do you ask your hypochondriac mates? Or do you go and see someone who might know what they're talking about? So if you come and see me, you know, we think of ourselves as comfort bike specialists. We want to get people comfortable on a bike. So we'll ask the questions. Where are you sore? What works? What doesn't work? And then we'll start from there. So what do I mean when I say a comfort bike? Let's look at this bike behind me as an example. See how the saddle is lower than the handlebars? That means you can sit upright. See how this bar drops down over here? It means you've got an easier access point, so you don't have to get the legs so high. We've got bikes where you don't even have that bar over there as well. I'm looking for hands that are nice and wide. I'm looking that when I sit down, my shoulders are relaxed. That's the stuff I look for when I get people comfortable on a bike. It makes a huge, huge difference. So, other types of bikes. Let's have a look at some other ones that we've got. Another example of a comfort bike. Low step through, very easy to get on and off of. Nice, comfortable seat, and the hands wider than the handlebars. So when you look at your bike, how does that measure up? So when you get on your bike, you'll know that it's comfortable straight away. You shouldn't need to fix anything. You shouldn't need to change the handlebars. You shouldn't need to fix the saddle. You shouldn't need gloves or extra padding because you should feel comfortable straight away. You shouldn't need to get used to it. So if you think on your bike you need to get used to it, maybe it's the wrong bike. However, if you're stuck with that, then we can probably also help. So yes, we can get your seat more comfortable. But chances are I'm going to ask to want to see your ride so I can make sure it's the right seat for you. We can probably get your handlebars higher. And there might be a little bit of work to do around that as well, but we can definitely do that too. At the end of the day, when you sit on the bike and it's comfortable, you're going to use it more. You know, if you're in Yamba, it's such a great place to ride around. So having a nice bike and being comfortable on it, it's such a great way to get around town. So look, If you want me to help you, if you want some feedback on your bike, send me a picture, pop in and see me, and I'll tell you what I think. It's Michael from Bike Shop Yamba. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye now.